I changed into the second outfit. The first editing app is controversial AF. Hey guys, it's Julia. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. So, as you can clearly tell from the title, this is how I take my Instagram photos / how I edit them and organize them in my feed. So fun fact about me, I've been doing YouTube for like almost 11 years now, and I've basically been doing Instagram probably the same amount of time, give or take. I've always really used it to correlate to my YouTube channel in some type of way to build my brand. Not saying I don't use it for any social reasons, because of course I have some friends on there, but genuinely my intention for Instagram is for influencer type stuff. So I've always posted that way. The way I use my Instagram now is very much for like lifestyle and fashion, but more emphasis on fashion than anything. The first place I like to start when I'm trying to figure out what I want to post for Instagram is looking at other Instagrams that I find aesthetically pleasing, or just going to Pinterest, which I think more often than not is what I do, is I go to Pinterest and look at inspiration photos that help me pick locations, outfits, and poses. I try to keep it very aligned with my life. I try to look at Pinterest for ideas based off of like where I am. You have to use the tools that you have where you are. I don't have any boards for locations because I tend to do that on the spot or off the top of my head, but I always have boards for outfit ideas, and I keep photo inspiration boards, so it's like for poses and whatever aesthetic the photo is. Here are some examples of that. So next, which to me I feel like is the most important and what I like to focus my photos on, is the outfit. I will pick out 3 to 4 outfits. When I batch shoot, which is like when you shoot a bunch of photos in one day, you could do a lot. I like to keep it chill, like to a maximum of 4, because if I do too much, sometimes I'll overwhelm myself and not want to do it at all. So I keep it between 3 and 4 for the most part, and I feel like that works best for me. So what I'll do is I'll pick out the outfits, I'll see if I like it, maybe take a photo with my phone just like in the mirror so I remember it if I have to like put it together at a different spot if I'm like packing everything up for the locations. And I think picking out the outfits is also like the most fun part, because it's very creative and like fun for me to do. So once we have my outfits, the next thing I like to think about is the locations. Okay, so I'm in the car. I have it packed with all the stuff. So we're gonna go to the first location, which I've taken a photo at previously, and then I want to find like a brick wall, and I think I already know one that's not too far. I'll drive around a little bit. I have ideas. We're at the first location. This is how we're gonna get like a blue sky look. We're on a garage. Even though sometimes I improvise it, I also sometimes have it like somewhat planned in my head. So like there's a few locations in my house that I like to use. For example, my parents recently redid the kitchen and 3 of the bathrooms. So there's one particular bathroom that I like to use that has like a nice slate like black wall that looks really aesthetic. Then in the kitchen, there's been a few photos I've done for brand deals. I even use my personal bathroom sometimes in photos, depending on like maybe if it's like for skincare or beauty for the photo. And I've done a bunch of photos in my room against the white wall, because you can use any white wall with good lighting and get a good photo. Then when it comes to like the backyard, I've done photos in the snow because that looks winter aesthetic. I often use my parents' garage. It's like a bluish gray garage, and more often I use my neighbor's white garage because it's like the white wall aesthetic but also kind of has like a pattern. And here are some examples of that. Since I live very close to a city, I could always drive there with my tripod and take photos. I don't do it as much because I find the social anxiety I get from taking photos by myself around other people can spike a little bit. But since I live in the suburbs, and for the most part the suburbs are pretty safe, there's certain like garages that I'll go to the roof, and there's also just like other cute areas in my town that I like to go to, like a train station. It's very like classic and cute. I've taken photos there. I'll keep an eye out for aesthetically pleasing walls. It's good to note those things when you're driving around on a normal day, so you can go back and take photos there in the future. Then the next thing I do is I get ready and I do my makeup and my hair. If you're doing a batch shoot, I think it's very important to do like changeable makeup where it's like pretty neutral. So if you need to add maybe a smoky eye or like a darker lip, or you want to change your lip color, you can do that easily. You want to make sure that your hair is in a style that you can easily change for each photo. So like if you're doing an updo, do your hair down photos first and then do your ponytail or your bun photos after, so that way it doesn't like destroy your hair in the process. Make sure you pack things like hairbrush brushes, hair ties, clippies. Like I love to just add a cute clippy. It changes the hair up. You want to look different in all your photos. So changeable makeup, changeable hair. Here's the finished hair, perfectly changeable. I could put it in a hat, put it in a ponytail, put it in a bun, put it in a clip. I think I'm actually gonna wear a hat in one of the photos, so it's perfect. So now for the stuff you really need to keep in mind when you actually go shooting. It's good to plan for what type of aesthetic you want. So I wrote down in my notes things that I like to look out for are plain walls, especially like brick or white brick, or like some type of texture. Skies, like if you want to go shoot on top of a garage, or let's say you're shooting at the beach, you could always do like a angled up photo and get the sky. It'll be like this. Or you can do one on a garage like this. Like I said, if you live in a city, you can get interesting buildings in the background. Nature is always good. I personally don't like to have too much green in my feed. So when it comes to shooting in nature, I do that minimally, but some people prefer a more natural feed. Pops of color. There was a time where I had a pink feed like this, and I looked for pink buildings everywhere I went. I looked for pink locations or locations with pops of pink, and if there wasn't, I looked for more neutral, like plain white walls, and then I would be the pop of color and I would wear pink, and that was really fun for a while. Those aesthetics and feeds are hard to keep up with, but they're very cute. You don't even have to do one solid color like a pink. You could always just do pops of color in your outfits, or you could wear a super neutral outfit and do a pop of color in your location. This is my tripod, and I'm gonna put my phone on here. Like, you just introduced a tripod. What? Put my phone on here, and I'm gonna use the Lens Buddy app because you could basically just set it for timer and it'll take a bunch of photos of you. And we're gonna be setting it to 10 photos, 10-second timer, so that way it just like goes through and takes photos while I'm literally posing. I don't need one of those clicky buttons, which I do have, but we're gonna do this instead. So another thing that I think is really important to keep in mind when you're taking photos is if you want to have props or not. We have the matching hair tie. And then I wanted to get some photos of the bags because we're gonna be launching them soon. Mini little bag to go with them. So we're gonna go over there to the hot tub. You can do poses without props and totally not look awkward. I do it all the time, and I think just because I have so much practice doing it, it comes natural to me. I have my go-to poses. But for people that maybe are less experienced in taking a lot of photos, I think having a prop can really help you look less awkward. And I wrote down a few go-to props for me and my friends that we just always use. We always just have in general, which is coffee or any type of beverage. It could be like a smoothie, or like let's say you have like a cute cocktail and you're sitting at a table. That's like a really cute prop and can be a very cute, casual, not posy type of photo. Bags. I actually use this prop a lot. Is like having a shoulder bag like this, and just my literal Purell is like popping out, just going like this and then being like pose. That can be very cute and make you look less awkward. I also use crossbody bags a lot, and I've seen on Pinterest photos like this where people will have a really cute duffel bag and it looks like they're traveling somewhere. If you have a cute wheeling suitcase, you could use that. Honestly, if you are traveling somewhere, taking a photo like that could be very cute and like sort of tease the fact that you're about to be on a trip and you're gonna have so many cute photos in your feed from the trip. Also, cute animals. People love cute animals. And then food can be a prop too. Like let's say, again, you're at like a cafe or something and you're just like sitting and your food is aesthetic. Poses and props really do go hand in hand and can make or break a photo. Also sunglasses. These accessories are great props, okay? We have the third outfit on. Prada sunglasses, IMG jacket, Tiger Mist set, same shoes we've been wearing the whole time from Steve Madden. Like I said, since props and poses literally go hand in hand, like, you know the thing on TikTok where it's like, so we're gonna go into poses now. Leaning on a stairwell, leaning on a wall, putting your hand on a staircase, hand on a wall. Those are great ways to make yourself look less awkward, especially when you don't know what to do with your hands. Sitting, you could sit on the staircase if there's a chair, if there's a bench. Literally in this photo that I took, there was not a seat. I just sat in this like window thing. It worked out. Just like moving your body in different ways, posing with confidence. Maybe the picture will end up good, maybe it won't, but if you do it with confidence, it's more likely to look good. A specific pose that I tend to do a lot is I like to pop my hip out. It makes you look more hourglass when you do that, even if it's just to one side. I've heard on TikTok that you're supposed to create triangles with your body. I don't know if it really creates a triangle, but it definitely creates the illusion of a more feminine body, and I like that in my photos. There's so many poses that you can take from TikTok and recreate, but everyone's body is different, so there's no one like go-to pose that I can be like, do this and you'll look like this. It's more like try all these out in the mirror or like while taking photos as practice and see what works for you, because it's so subjective and so personal that like I could be taking a photo of my friend and be like, okay, do this pose, this is the pose that works for me, and my friend is looking awkward as hell in that pose because it's just not how their personality is. I think posing also goes with your personality. Their body's different, like it's just not their thing. Where they could do a pose and I try to recreate it and it's just not my thing. But I do want to give a few examples of posing that I like to do in case you want to try it yourself. I like to do one where I cross my foot in front of the other, so my legs are actually crossed while I'm standing. I'm leaning a little bit to one side, but I personally only think it looks cool in certain outfits. That's another thing. Certain poses look better in certain outfits, and you have to kind of like keep in mind that and try it all out. Another one is kneeling. So like you're squatting but you're kneeling. That can be cute, but it only is cute in certain outfits. I did it in this one and I don't know if that was the vibe, but I just wanted to show you guys for an example. There's also the one where people put their hands in front like this on TikTok. I think that's cute. I've done it at the beach. I think if you have longer nails, it's even cooler. And then I love to do like an over the shoulder giving side body. Changes up the vibes. It's not so like straight on. And you can also do like the back of your outfit too. Let's go into types of shots because I think that kind of goes hand in hand with posing as well. So the types of shots. I sort of have like a system I do. I have my full body outfit shot. I have like a scenery full body outfit shot. Like if it's nice scenery, we pull that camera back and it's like a big wide shot of everything. I do both of those. Then I always like to do a medium outfit shot from the knees up. So we cut off the shoes, the ankles, whatever, forget them. And we get the whole outfit above the knees. Basically, that would be like a medium shot. And always like with whatever photos you do, give yourself so much more headspace than you think you need. When a photo is just like right on your head or it's like slightly cutting it off, it just looks, in my opinion, not as well done. I mean, even in this situation, if my head was like, come on, it kind of ruins the shot. So like having a good even amount of headspace in any photo you take is very important in my opinion. Here's an example of a good headspace versus bad headspace. See what I mean? So full outfit location shot, full outfit shot, medium shot, and then we have our close-ups. You could do kind of like boobs up, neck up, a face, which would be like a headshot. I like to add those in if my makeup's looking good or if I just change up the feed a bit. You want to have different shots for different carousels, basically. I like to change it up. I like to have some full bodies, some mediums, some close-ups, some headshots. Also, having like a group photo can definitely like differentiate the feed, and that's always fun if you have friends or like people that are down to be in a photo with you. If you don't, throw in more detailed shots or throw in like a location pic, the city at sunset, you know? I know sometimes those photos won't get as many likes, but if you put it in a carousel of a bunch of photos that people do typically like on your feed, you'll be fine. Or if you throw it as a cover photo to a reel. So for the detailed photos, you can do flat lays, like literally of anything, beauty products, clothing, whatever your niche type thing is for your Instagram. You can show your nails, your jewelry, your bags, your beverages, your food, your props. Detailed shots are great to throw in when you need to change up the feed if you have too many photos of you or too many photos of your face. Throw in a detail just of your outfit and then do a carousel and show all the rest. They will still get likes if you do it in a carousel or if you do it as a cover photo of a reel. So the first thing I do when it comes to editing is I go through all the photos I took, however many thousand photos I took, because I take a lot of photos because I'm always trying to get that perfect one. I am very much a perfectionist to my detriment and to my benefit. It's a double-edged sword. So I will literally be out there taking photos, be like, no, let's just take one more, 5 more. So I always end up with thousands of photos that I have to go through. What I do to help me choose the photos, I go through favorite as many as I did like, and sometimes there's more favorites and sometimes there's less favorites depending on if it was a good photo taking day or not a good photo taking day. Then I'll try to eliminate certain favorites, or I'll just go straight to my editing app and be like, I'm gonna choose you, I'm gonna choose you, I'm gonna choose you, and just go in and start editing. The first editing app I go in and use to edit is controversial AF, but I feel like at this point we all, I actually don't know what other people do, but I feel like most of us are pretty open about using it, and that is Facetune. The first layer of my editing starts in Facetune. I am not even gonna lie to you guys, I'm gonna keep it 100% real. I absolutely edit the complete beep out of my photos. I still try to make them look natural and not catfishy. Like, I don't want you to look at my photo and be like, is that even the same girl? You know? But I don't want to like be posting a photo where I'm like, you know, if I just would have like sucked it in a little more, put my chin down, and fluffed my hair a bit, that would have been the perfect photo. But I didn't do that, and I still want to post it. So I do feel like I try to keep myself in check enough about it. I'm not preaching that you guys should Facetune, I'm just being honest that I do Facetune. Here's a before and an after of a photo that I Facetuned. As you can see, there are slight differences. Absolutely. Is it extreme enough for me to be a catfish? No. I feel like if you're gonna Facetune, just make sure you still look like you. The next thing I do is take my photos to Lightroom. I don't have like a preset. I copy and paste the same edits that I've used on previous photos and then add that to the new photo. So I guess it's like my own personal preset, but I also adjust it once I add it to the new photo because sometimes I want to make the blues bluer. Sometimes my skin is looking really pale and I want to make it a little tanner. Sometimes in the previous photo, I made it look a little tanner and then I put it on the new photo and I'm looking like an orange. So I got to take that off. So I always adjust it to the new photo at hand, but I definitely feel like it balances out my feed and keeps them all in a similar lighting alignment. After Lightroom, I take the photos over to this app called Unum. I think you could also use Planoly. I import the photos that I want to be the cover photo of the carousel because I typically post carousels. I don't usually just throw up one photo. Sometimes I do that, but for the most part I do carousels because I think they do better likes wise. Maybe I'll put in a few photos from that carousel set and see which one I want to make the cover and the feed. And I'll move around the photos that I batched and see which order looks the most aesthetically pleasing. And after I've done it maybe like 4 or 5 times, maybe I need to sleep on it a bit and redo it in the morning. I definitely take my feed a little too seriously, but I actually really enjoy doing this part. It doesn't stress me out. It's more fun than anything. It feels like putting a puzzle together and I'm moving all the puzzle pieces around to see which ones fit right. And I love putting puzzle pieces together. And then once I have them all perfect, you know, perfect to me, in my Unum app, that is when I go ahead and take it to the drafts. Then you gotta do the whole caption, the tagging, the hashtags, and then you can post. That's literally all I do. If you guys want more information on how I do the captioning and hashtags and the growth side of Instagram, I could do a totally different video on that. But this was just literally how I take, edit, organize, and post the photos. But yeah, that's it for everything I do. If you guys want to see a video on how I grow my Instagram, let me know in the comments down below. And if you missed my previous video, make sure you click it right now and go watch it. And I will see you guys either in that video or my next video next week. I love you guys so much. Bye!